What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Mandalorian Watch Party. It's the season finale, Brian. This is it.
Oh yeah, it's coming down to the wire.
Down the wire, and we're gonna see the end of this season, which likely will end on a cliffhanger, which I'm hoping it does because I want more nervous energy going into season 3, so more hype, more expectation. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And we got Reese 75 in the chat. What's going on, Reese?
Hey, what's up?
We got Barcelona B. What's going on? And we got Rasha Taylor here in the chat as well. Andy R is already out on Twitch. That's great, guys. If you haven't done so already, switch over to Twitch when you get a chance. We're gonna do the Mandalorian Watch Party on Twitch, but right now what we're gonna do is we're starting the 1 hour pre-show where we talk about the previous episode and we go into the predictions for the finale, which is coming up at the top of the hour, which we will stream live from Disney Plus as soon as it becomes available. We should be being joined by Matt pretty soon. I'm not sure where he's at. Lalo the Kraken, what's going on, man? And thank you for tweeting out the link, guys. Yeah, if you can tweet out the link, smash the like button so YouTube knows that you guys are liking the content, and subscribe to the channel. The watch party isn't going to end here. After I conclude this watch party with the Mandalorian, I'm just going to keep going every day, or not every day, every Thursday, and just do a different a movie every Thursday night. And I'll probably do it more like around this time, if not 10 o'clock. That way it won't be like at midnight or whatnot, just because, like, if you're watching a movie, there's no point in starting so late at night. So,
oh, yeah, 2 hours in, you're like,
yeah, I'm like, okay, guys, we're going to bed now. Yeah, exactly. What's up? Oh, Gavin Cooley in the house. Gavin Cooley is a patron of the Nicotina Show. I wanted to thank you so much for being a patron. I'm updating that Patreon list, which includes the 4 nerds as well. So I'll be having that to be posted up pretty soon. So I apologize for not having that a little bit sooner. But
no, I agree, Barcy, because I can't believe it's almost the end of the season.
I know, this is it, man. I mean, we're at the very end, and honestly, it's like I keep telling myself, no, I don't want this to end.
No,
I don't want it to end. I want it to keep going. But every time I think too hard about it, then I just get pissed off and I scream out no.
No.
But it is what it is, right? So in the previous
I'm totally gonna mix that with Captain Picard in First Contact.
I know.
That's a scene where he screams exactly the same.
Yeah, he goes, no!
And he turns around and breaks his little ships. So it's like apropos.
Yeah, exactly. And the girl goes, look, you've broken your ships, or you broke your toys, or whatever else. Oh, wow, jerk.
Yeah. I was like, oh, man, that'd just be so great.
What's up? Mel Siggy's up in the house. What's up, Mel Siggy? What an amazing season it was. Yes, it was. It was an incredible season. Great. Actually, I enjoyed the season more than I enjoyed the first season by far.
Oh yeah, because they expanded on what was good about the first season, which was like the Imperial kind of remnant, and then the Moff Gideon stuff, which was very sparingly at the end. But we got almost a full season of just kind of him in the background. So I kind of hope we get to see a lot more of that. Not necessarily a conclusion, but another chapter to that one,
And so also another thing I want to bring up too was that next time we do this type of watch party, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a different setup. I wasn't able to get it set up for today, unfortunately, because I ran out of time, but I have a second webcam. So what I'm going to do is on the YouTube side, I'm going to have the other webcam over here where you can just see me and I think I could, so it'll just be me and you can hear us. And then I'm going to have this one going on where we can actually watch it on Twitch. And that way I'll have 2 streams going at once. So that way, if you're on YouTube, you won't be cut off at one point. That way it's a little more like, not so bad. Because Gavin, he says, favorite episode, go. Mine is Boba episode, so fire. Yeah, the Boba Fett episode it was pretty badass. That was a pretty incredible episode. Seeing those 2 guys together, like whooping ass. I mean, that's from the previous episode, but seeing those 2 together, seeing Boba Fett back on the screen and live action doing his thing, that was just so incredible to see that.
Well, they made Boba Fett great again because I've always been one of those people who's been really lukewarm on him because, let's be honest, in Return of the Jedi, he kind of goes out like a punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does.
He don't last very long, and he just gets knocked off the sail barge. It's like, that was lame.
Yeah, that was not his finest moment. I'll tell you that.
No, he's supposed to be some kind of badass, and he just, Boba Fett, where? Half
Yeah.
blind.
Ah!
Yeah, it's like, no.
Well, but I mean, unfortunately, yeah, it goes to show you that George Lucas, he didn't put much stock into this character. He was just a side character, and so the fans really took to him. But still, I think Boba Fett's a badass. I mean,
oh no, and not only that, this is just further cemented it, especially when he gets his armor back for the first time and just starts wrecking shop.
Oh yeah, just
crushing
totally,
stormtrooper helmets and stuff. I mean, he was a total badass. It's like
total badass. It was great. I imagine a Bo-Katan and Boba Fett team up. That could be possible.
No, I want to see Bo-Katan come back.
I feel like we're going to see her again this season, and if we don't see her this season, then that means, in my opinion at least, I think that if we don't see her this season, then we're going to be seeing her in the Ahsoka series. I think that kind of
we know she's around. Yeah,
that's just because because she wants Moff Gideon and she wants the Darksaber, so it would make sense that
that goals align. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and then she follows Ahsoka Tan's story as it goes into that, because I mean that's going to be a direct branch off from the story in Rebels. So I think with the Ahsoka series, I can't wait to see it. But I think what it's going to be more like is you're going to see where she's at now, Ahsoka, and I think it's going to have flashbacks showing where she kind of came from, because like you were saying, the last scene that we saw of her and Sabine in Rebels, we don't know if that took place after Return of the Jedi, if it took place. We don't know exactly when that took place.
And Dave Filoni's been purposefully vague on that one too. He's like, well, it could be like right now. It's like, oh, well, hang on a second. You know what I mean? So you never know. Some of it was supposed to be like 5 years later, but with the Sabine and the Ezra, the Sabine stuff, I hope that's where they focus on the Ezra coming back and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think we'll see Ezra in this episode. I don't, but I mean anything's possible. But I just don't think that's in the cards. I just don't. I just don't see it. That's too much. It's like what the hell.
Well, see, what I was hoping is like now that he's going back to go get Grogu, I'm hoping that he can kind of like he did a favor for Bo-Katan. Maybe she could do a favor for him by joining their little quest. I think that would be pretty cool, especially if their goals kind of align. They're after the same person. So hopefully we get to see her this week. I think that would be a fanboy moment from hell on that one.
I'm guessing Moff Gideon will die by the Beskar staff. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, he'll get it'll go through the chest, but there's a chance that he might not even die this season. He might live on for the next season, because I mean he's the main what do you call it? He's the main villain for this Mandalorian story. So
as long as they don't like bring in Snoke or something like that, you're just like,
insert
eye roll.
I know that it's like, oh no, what are we doing here? No, but personally, I almost feel like you're not going to see him die in this episode, and I feel like they're going to build him up for next season as well, because I mean we saw him at the very end of season 1, and we saw him this season, but really when we saw him in this season, it was sort of, in my opinion at least, it felt kind of like it was very sparingly how they showed him. I mean, really, it's all dialogue scenes, no action, no, So I think there's more to his character, and I think so far the actor, I forgot his name,
Giancarlo Esposito.
Well, Carlo Espinizo, whatever. He, I think he's done a great job with the character, and I think that he's added a real strong sense of depth to that character without knowing so much about him. But I just think he's a good actor, and I don't think that you just kill him off, because then you have to start a new main villain for the next season, which would be now you have to reestablish that. I think
and honestly I'm with you, because I think a good anything you're doing, any kind of bad guy, it takes a good slow build, and the slower the build, the better the bad guy.
Exactly.
I mean, any kind of run. I mean, in comic books, in science fiction, it doesn't matter. The slower the build, the better the villain. So I'm hoping that they not necessarily kill him off, but hurt him. You know what I mean?
Hurt him. Just something. What's up, DC?
Take an arm or something. You know what I mean? It's Star Wars.
Yeah, take a hand.
Yeah,
an arm or a hand is that's where you take someone when they piss you off.
And Grogu just grab the Darksaber and just slice a hand off.
Maybe Grogu just uses the Force and just rips it off his body.
and then that'll be the first thing he says, like, "Yeah, I remember one of these, punk." And force lightnings his ass, and it's over.
That's it. I'm gonna force that in your ass. And I think we'll see Thrawn before Ezra, if anything. Yeah, I think we'll definitely see Thrawn. I have a feeling that we'll see Thrawn at the end of the season. I think they'll definitely hint at him.
We'll see like a leg or an arm or something. It'll be like you'll hear his voice. You know what I mean? It'll be like excellent.
I mean, I think for sure we'll get some type of image of him, maybe a hologram similar to what we saw from Mando at the end of the episode. Something similar to this. We're like, okay, we know that he exists and he's out there because that's already been confirmed just from the sheer fact that Ahsoka was hunting him.
Yeah, well, not only that, but that's kind of how they introduced, Moff Gideon. You know what I mean? They kind of showed him through hologram too. So I think maybe they kind of have a way of introducing people that way. And I think, all right, good on you. I can get behind that.
But see, Rasha, I think that's fine though, because I mean, look, like you're saying that you don't know enough about the timeline and these other storylines, but so far, I mean, I think they've done a good job at making it flexible enough to where if you don't know about those backstories, it's still an appealing story.
Well, that's the thing. Aside from like one of the video games and a couple of the books, this is really vague. Like, there's not a lot of information in between this time period. So I'm just as riveted too, because like I said, I've kept up on most of the books, especially the ones that take place after Return of the Jedi. And there's really, aside from like Aftermath and other stuff, there's a big gap, in time there. So give it to me.
Yeah, and they've done a good job at kind of like vaguely kind of showing where they're at in this timeline. How much time has actually passed since the show started? They haven't really said that either. But I'd rather keep it that way. Yeah, because I want them to be able to expand upon this leg of the universe, the Star Wars universe, that is, because there's so much that still needs to be explored. And in fact, I mean, this is probably how they should have established the new continuity going into, instead of doing the sequel trilogy. But I mean, they did what they did, and sequel trilogy is what it is. But I think that this is actually stronger than what we saw in the sequel trilogy, because there's just more to it. But one of the questions I want to ask you, Brian, do you think that is a case of, in this day and age, these are the type of stories that we have to see now? That this is the type of stories that fans want to see out of any franchise, where they want to see a drawn out, deeper story, because of the whole fact that we are now accustomed to kind of binge watching, or if not, like, streaming these shows. Because when it comes to Star Wars, there's so much detail and lore that goes into that. And so with doing a movie, you have to fit a lot of stuff in a movie to reestablish itself. I mean, here,
to buy time and all.
Exactly. I mean, we had 30 years to watch the original trilogy, and then we had the prequel trilogy and all that. So, but a lot of time has gone by in between. So I just think that maybe this is where it's going now, is that you have to have a story in which you can slowly kind of build it out and not feel like it's being rushed.
Oh yeah, of course. The thing here's one of the things about the time gap. Basically, you got to think it's kind of logically speaking, with the main three actors being 30 years older than they were the last time we saw them on film. So I mean, it's not like you can be like, 5 years later and have a 30-year-old older Mark Hamill, doing young Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? So that is understandable, but I want to know more about this stuff. The only thing I'm afraid of, especially with the shows like Mandalorian, and they do get a little sometimes where it's like you kind of just over the top on the nostalgia, and that's kind of what I worry about, is that it's a well that's going to run dry eventually.
Eventually, it will, but I mean,
I just hope they don't shoot their wad in the first 3 seasons of the show, to where it's like, oh god.
I mean, they could. I mean, it's quite possible.
Back the show, you know what I mean? But as long as they keep the story going forward, which they've done thus far, explaining, what the New Republic is on the Outer Rim, where basically they just deputize people who are, there to keep the peace, like Cara Dune and stuff like that. So I think I'm all for it so far. And, as long as we don't have like a cops version of, how I did Troops back in the day. They're just going to do it with Dave Filoni.
with Dave Filoni and
coffee and donuts on the counter of the train, you know?
On the ship. Oh. And his buddy, the other pilot, I forgot his name. Keep wanting to say Kim. I think that's his real last name is Kim. Lieutenant Kim.
I mean, I would crack up if it was like Jay Chandler or something like that, the guy that did Super Troopers or something. Sweet mother of God.
So Fear Jason, and I got the Fear Jason and Funko Pop he made for me. That's
hell yeah.
Funko. He even made a box and everything, so I kept it in that plastic box to keep it safe because I'm gonna hang on to that guy.
Yeah,
looks awesome, dude. I don't even know what he used to make it. It looks amazing though. So thank you so much, Jason. That was so badass, dude. This is the evolution of cinema. Our storytelling used to be simple, two-dimensional. Now our storytelling is more complex, multi-layered. That naturally needs more time to show all the nuances. Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that, and with I hate to say it, but the downsizing of cinema in the future, because I don't think we're going to be seeing random movies at the theaters anymore. It's going to be more of the big tentpole, epic adventures at the theaters.
I don't know. You shouldn't say that too loud. Somebody could be listening.
No! They ask you how you are. You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I grew up in a small town in Northern California. In order to go to a decent theater, you had to drive a half an hour.
Yeah, I mean, look, the idea that we might even go see a movie in IMAX, Brian and I, we still have to drive like an hour. I have to drive 2 hours to go to one.
Yeah, it's a couple hours away.
Yeah, I've been going to San Francisco and going to Sacramento. Luckily, where I live, it's easy. It's actually really simple for me to get to Sacramento. So I think Sacramento will be the best place.
Mm-hmm. It's a central location.
Central location. So what we're saying is that Brian and I had a talk the other day, and we said that if in fact Justice League comes out in the IMAX, we're gonna get together and watch it. Now I know that Barcy, you are also in that Sacramento region, so I mean if we do put something together, maybe we'll reach out to a number of viewers and see if we can get together and watch this movie and totally help spread COVID and have a good time doing it. But no, the other thing I want to see too is that I want to see if they're going to do a theatrical release, a re-release of BVS in the IMAX, because that's something that I did not get a chance to see. In fact, I almost had a chance to see it in IMAX, but instead I passed on it because I had to do something else. And I don't know. This was back in, when did it come out? 2011 when it came out? Yeah. And I was just, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I was doing something totally different. I forgot what it was. Step Brothers. I was watching Cops.
I know the Cops comes on and
he's like see the samurai sword? Yeah, signed by Randy Jackson. Why would you have Randy Jackson sign a martial arts weapon? Because I ran Randy Jackson. That's all I had on me.
Why wouldn't you get his autograph?
Exactly. Facts, Rasha. Facts. Even B-grade action movies are more complex than action movies from the early 80s. Every genre has evolved. We need to get rid of these 2-hour movie model. Yeah, I mean, everything has evolved. What's up, we got Andrew Casale. Hey, Nick, I'm thinking the Jedi is Luke. Mark, so about that, I don't think that it's going to be a Mark Hamill return. I think what we're going to see is somebody else playing his character. Hopefully it's someone like Sebastian Stan, but if not, it'll be somebody else. Most likely it won't be. It'll be some other actor that we don't know about. But I want to see them bring back Luke Skywalker's character, because I think that there's so much more story of Luke to tell, and if they can do that, that would be just, oh my god, that would be so awesome. I would be so, if I saw Luke Skywalker come back, okay, if they brought his character back, this is how I would feel.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my
god! I'm not gonna play the Step Brothers Arnold deepfake. It's pretty funny, but no, Reese, come on. Nick, what do you think about Star Wars old movies for watch party? I could do that as well. We could totally do. In fact, that would almost fit the theme. I could do like a start with the prequels and then do the original trilogy and just go in order. That's like 9 weeks worth of content right there.
This is truth. Especially, I have to watch the prequels. Oh man,
The first one, The Phantom Menace, is to me, it's kind of rough. I still like the movie, but there's still some stuff that are, or what we could do actually is, let's see. So the Phantom Menace is the earliest.
well,
story.
no. What I'm saying is, I think it would be better if we did watch it with everybody else because it's something that we've all seen before, and it doesn't matter if we talk over it because that would help me get through certain parts because
Exactly.
it tends to drag in certain areas, and it's like I watched too much NASCAR in my day to realize when a pre-race is just too long. It's like the Daytona 500; they have like 5 hours of pre-race before it starts. So it's like when the pod racing comes on, and they're like, "Hey, this is so and so racer." I'm like,
Yeah, it was like
and then they had to show every excruciating lap. I'm just like, show me the highlights, man.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think it'll be Luke, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either. I think they need to open the universe up a little bit. I think they need to give
What's going on, Matt?
Hey,
buddy, what's up?
So, Matt, just for you, what I decided to do was, so my overlay now is part of the background so that none of this gets in the way. So I just have it on. I just want to let you know I thought about what you said. Andy R says they're going to use CGI Luke like from Rise of Skywalker. You know how expensive that would be if they had a whole season of him like all CGI. But you know what? I really do feel like eventually in the future they're going to be doing things like that. They're going to do like almost like a deep fake, and make them.
We're going to see a 6-year-old Ben running around with them because that's about the time where Ben Solo is running around collecting artifacts and stuff. So we'll get to see it. It'll come full circle, guys. Just wait.
So Andrew says, if not Ezra from Rebels, then Cal from Fallen Order. Okay. So here's my other thing too, is that, and you guys are probably gonna get on my case for this one. I haven't finished Fallen Order. I got to a certain point where I got stuck because my guy isn't strong enough to defeat this one of the what do you call them? One of the main bosses
or whatever.
Yeah, I'm on the jungle planet right now, and I cannot get past this big the big like monkey or gorilla looking like Inquisitor. I'm stuck on that one, so that's where I left off. So maybe I'll try it again. But I got pissed off and I stopped playing it because I just got mad.
I get lost in that game. That's my problem.
Yeah, I actually thought that in Fallen Order, I thought that it should have looked better. Some of the Wookiees look terrible.
Yeah,
I remember I was like, "This is the final product."
It's talking about like the fur. It doesn't look like fur.
Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, they looked like they were freaking.
I didn't like the clone models. I thought the clone trooper models looked like shit. They didn't look as cool as Battlefront.
I thought the whole game kind of looked like shit. To be honest with you, like it's one of those games where it's like everything looks cool, but when you get closer to everything, it looks like shit. Because it just can't handle it. But
I still think Force Unleashed looked better. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, the Wookiees didn't look great, but
they're supposed to have number 2, right? And I wonder if number 2 would spoil number 2.
Well, I mean, number 2 would be on the PS5, so it would look incredible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully the Wookiees will look like Wookiees with their fur. I mean, in Battlefront 2, I think they got it down. I don't know why they don't just port that stuff over. That just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they have completely new assets.
Incredible, and that's what I was expecting when I got Fallen Order. I thought, okay, this is gonna look like Battlefront 2. I mean, it's by EA. I mean, why wouldn't you
plus just take the assets from that game? Don't make new ones. I feel like they just made
connective tissue. Instead, they're just like, oh, let's start over again. I'm gonna reanimate this Wookiee and it looks like shit. I'm gonna hurry this up too. Yeah, would have a few years of content if you included the Clone Wars Rebels. I thought about that too, but I'd be like 50 by the time I'm done with
Man,
that.
I'm trying to get that on the Zebrafett channel, but my dad hates that stuff.
What?
Clone Wars, Rebels, and I'm trying to get him on the Bad Batch, but he's like, oh, I don't know.
But you know what it is that he doesn't want to invest his time into the animated series and having to relearn everything and having to re-criticize everything. So, I don't know. I was trying to get him to come tonight, but once again, he was not taking it. I haven't seen them all. Ezra Bridger from Rebels. We could see Ezra.
That's my bet. I'm betting.
I feel like they're gonna save him for Ahsoka. I don't think you'll see him because if he's with Thrawn, Thrawn's gonna be tied to Ahsoka. So I don't think we'll see him this episode. I don't think.
I don't think Grogu signaled him to come back.
It could be. We don't even know where he's at.
Yeah,
we don't.
He could be out there off in the middle of nowhere, and then they're like, "Hey, what's that?" It could be like the Highlander,
The second sister. second sister requires a lot of dodging. Yeah, and I don't.
I suck at dodging in that game.
Yeah,
I had to turn the difficulty down. I was like, that was the only way I could finish it.
I didn't think about that. I should just do that. I should just make it hella easy.
Mm-hmm.
Silencio. I think it's Ezra because Ahsoka mentioned Thrawn, which is true. She did.
And that's the last person who was known to be with.
Cal was played by Cameron Monaghan. Yeah, he was Joker from Gotham. Yeah, he was also in what do you call it?
I don't know, because with the timeline at the end of Rebels, when Ahsoka's in her like white robe, aren't they looking for Ezra or someone at the end of that? So then, wouldn't this be before that? Still, that time frame? To me, it just wouldn't match up.
What Dave Filoni says is he's kind of vague on it. Like he doesn't say that it's before or after what's going on right now. So, like, for all we know, it could be she found out where Thrawn is, and that's where she's heading. You know what I mean? To who gets to be.
Well, I mean, we did get to see that. You know, she's trying to. It looks like obviously she's trying to find Thrawn. She wants to find that dark, or not even the dark saber. She wants to find Thrawn, which means that he has something to do with either Sabine or Ezra. So I mean, their storyline continued on. We're gonna get to see it. But one thing I want to touch on really quickly was in the previous episode, we saw this cool junkyard scene where it had all these Imperial ships and damaged machinery. This looked awesome.
Yes.
And see, this was the aspect of the sequel trilogy that I liked. Yeah. On Jakku, when you got to see this kind of stuff, and it kind of lets your imagination wonder, kind of like wow, like what a battle this must have been here on Jakku. Here, obviously, this is the junkyard, but it kind of brings up that feeling of like what happened, or there's so many possibilities here, and I just thought it was such a cool scene. And then the other aspect that I like about the episode too was that we got to see this. We got to see stormtroopers coming to the rescue, and we got to see them cheering together and rejoicing together, which
actually land their shots.
yeah, they were actually like militarized. They were trained in the scene. They were badasses. Look at that guy. He's got a stick. He's so screwed.
Yeah, right.
And then of course the ultimate just total slap in the face. The lunch tray guy, this poor guy. I mean, that armor sucks. We saw, and that's the other thing I like too is that they established how bad their armor really is when Mando had it on. I mean, it was shattering. It was just like, it's almost like, what's the point? It's almost like they have his armor just to look menacing.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna look scary really quick.
I know, but I can't do anything. Silencio, I don't know about Darth Grogu. I don't know. I was Grogu, like Goo Goo Gaga. Ever since Matt said that, I'm like, kid, that's it.
I don't know, man. I just hope he doesn't end up with like Exegol at the end of it. And it's just like, oh no.
Let's see. Okay, guys, and there is the link to the Twitch stream. So definitely switch over to Twitch when you guys get a chance, and that way you guys can watch the entire episode with us after we conclude the pre-show, which will be at the top of the hour. So. On the previous episode, we saw the junkyard scene. He got Bill Burr's character, who did a great job with that character as well. And he's the Imperial sharpshooter. He got him out of prison with the help of Gina Carano, and they go to the other planet, this jungle planet, which now we see Boba Fett with a newly painted
fresh coat of paint.
And actually, there was somebody that didn't like this fresh coat of paint. Matt, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He thought it looked too good and too clean, which I get because I mean
it's fresh paint though. I mean, what do you expect?
He liked it, but he didn't like the abruptness of it, of how like it just came out of nowhere. It's like, when did you have the time to do that? while you're driving.
Some of it I get, but because if you think about it, like we saw Mando's armor get built. They forged that crap. You know what I mean? They pulled it.
But we were there and witnessed that. We had witnessed
doing it. Yeah. And they started passing a time like.
It's kind of like Batman Begins when you see him becoming Batman with all the gadgets and suit that he's doing. Spray painting everything black. I like that stuff. With Boba,
instead we saw the Schumacher suits where it was just nipple, butt shot.
Guys, what do you think about Sam Jackson returning as Mace Windu for a Mace Windu?
Man, that'd be,
series or miniseries or?
Yeah,
I mean,
it'd be a
kind of like
stretch.
Barcy. I think Mace Windu was dead.
No one's ever really gone, man. We thought Darth Maul was dead. We thought Boba was dead. And people just keep coming back.
We thought Palpatine was dead.
Yeah. We thought a lot of people were dead. Apparently, not everyone's dead.
Yeah, not everyone's
So
dead.
Mace could easily come back. I don't know.
And I could have like Fifth Elemented it, like landed in someone's taxi, and I was like, "Please help!" And went back to the temple.
We're
saved Grogu.
done.
Yeah. But look how far he got thrown. It's like, look how far, Darth Maul fell, It was deep.
True.
Yeah.
So anything's possible at this point.
I mean, do you think they should have had a scene where it showed Boba like painting his armor? Like,
yeah, just a little snippet. I don't need-
out there.
I mean, what's a 2-minute montage? What's wrong with that?
well, the other question too is that, his ship had all that material still inside of it after all these years. But I mean, look, it's a show. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, they didn't announce it. Obviously, they did announce on the whole Star Wars Disney Investor Day where they showed like all the Star Wars shows that they're coming out with. And the Mandalorian was on there, even though Ryan said they didn't show the Mandalorian and they didn't show Boba Fett. And then, as I was say on the Four Nerds, and Chris Parker, our guest, was like, "No, yeah, it showed the Mandalorian." And then Dawson pulled up the image, and yeah, it's right there. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the Mandalorian. But it didn't show Boba Fett. So how confident are we that we're going to get a Boba Fett series?
I think he's going to be part of the Mandalorian.
Yeah. You think he'll be like a reoccurring character after a while? Like all of a sudden he'll show up every
sidekick, man. Every Batman needs a Robin. You know what I mean?
I know, but
I don't know if I want him to be a sidekick, though.
Yeah, because I don't see these two rolling together for the rest of the series.
Yeah, no, he has allegiance to no one. But
yeah,
he said this. He's only doing this because he owes Mando. He's in debt. He got his armor back. He owes him Grogu. That's it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Because I feel like I feel like with the whole repaint, hopefully it's not just for toys. I'm hoping it's for like his own series. Something's gonna come of it.
That was the idea. Is that why they're doing it? Because they want to have his own series. So they're like, hey, look, he's all refreshed. He's ready to go. Yeah. He's reborn. 12,000 subs. Hey guys, remember Dawson Weidrich reached a milestone. He reached 12,000 subscribers. He did it on his own. And congratulations to Dawson. He really did an amazing job, and now he has reached the pinnacle.
Do you have 2 different overlays? Is that why it's flashing?
Yeah,
that's so funny.
I was going to animate
fades in.
this one, the one they said that I didn't make, and I did make this one here.
That one was perfect. Enosh was sitting there strumming away last night, and it was like the music would perfectly line up with it.
I would just drop it. Yeah. Originally, I was going to drop the Batman music, so it was going to go dun 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 dun.
I don't ever want to see it again.
I saw that. Tom.
The only thing I can say about Tom Cruise is it's like him yelling at that was like watching him.
I'd love to see him versus Christian Bale in a shouting contest. I'd love to see that.
I was just waiting for him to you can't handle the truth.
Okay, so one of the questions that I have for you guys, and this is a question that if it comes true, I think that there'll be riots in the streets. The Phantom Menace will arm themselves and attack.
No, he's not getting Slave 1. Mando's not getting Slave 1.
Well, not just that, but I mean, chance that Mando bites the dust.
What? What do you elaborate?
Do you think that he dies? And then that's how.
No,
he's done.
No, this is Disney's baby, man. They're not gonna kill it.
Does Mando die? And because of that, is that how does Boba die? And does Mando then inherit Boba's ship, Slave 1?
So I could see Boba dying actually.
That would piss me off.
I can't see Mando dying because
but in a good way though. Not
it's
going
like
out like a punk.
You went as far as bringing him back from the dead, repainting his armor, and now giving up his ship just to die. Like what?
And he'll go out with his father. Out with lightsaber.
He can go out the best way possible. I'd still be pissed. Like that's just insane.
But that's the thing is that now they have Mando, and so like essentially, I mean, if you look at all the characters in Star Wars, Mando, if not Boba Fett, I mean that's like their version of Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And not only that, oh gosh, it's hard timing too, considering the original actor passed.
Oh God! No,
Okay, I rescind my previous comment. Boba's gonna live forever.
He's gonna live forever. I mean,
yeah, they did the reshoots right now. He can't die anymore. We have to keep him alive.
Sarlacc. Although, who was I talking to? It was one of my coworkers of all people. But one of the things that we kind of thought about was that, you know, when talking about like a Boba Fett series, right? And then we started talking about, well, how did he live? How did he get out of the Sarlacc pit? Well, and then he was, you know, my friend of mine was like, well, hey, if you think about it, in the first episode, they really emphasized that the dragon eats Sarlacc. Like he eats the actual Sarlacc pit. So, I mean, and they made a big deal about that. And
he could have got out while he was.
He could have shot through it to eat it, and that's when he flew out to be like, ah. And then Jawas took all his shit.
That's kind of one of the things I didn't like from episode 1 is like, oh, I escaped from this bigger, better, badder thing. You know, kind of undermining what Boba did, his little feat. I didn't like that as much.
I hope Mando dies the next season. It's Boba trying to find Grogu, and Mando comes back after 4 episodes. I really want. You just said you want. Okay, so Mando's not going to die apparently, but you want him to come back after 4. No, I just think that this story will continue on to the next season, and then we'll know about, you know, midway through if Boba's going to die or if he's going to continue on his own show. Because I mean, they purposely didn't answer that question at the Investor Day because the fact that they didn't want to spoil this episode. Because if they would announce a Boba Fett series,
that's very true. Because then we're gonna be like, oh, well, he's good. He's
great take, Nicotina. Oh my goodness.
Or the unthinkable and actually like off Grogu.
No, they can't do that.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're bold. Honestly, I don't think they are.
Because, well, the thing that I was
They
saying,
have the balls to do that, though. I mean,
I don't think.
Ooh.
Think about it. If they said, "Hey, we have a Boba Fett series going on," everyone would go, "Oh, so he lives," and then they'll be like, "Oh,
yeah,
It's a trap.
And then, you know, tomorrow Morrison will get pissed. He's probably start yelling
You
out.
blew my cover.
And we know that he's alive, so it's like, damn it, man. But yeah, I think that I kind of like what Matt was saying. I think that he's going to live on in the next season, and then kind of see where it goes from there.
Well, I'd also like to see him come back. Tamara Morrison come back as Captain Rex too. I think.
I think we're definitely going to get that. But I think that, you know, now with the whole Ahsoka series, I think you can reintroduce Captain Rex in that series played by Tamara Morrison and not have too many like, oh, they gotta be on the screen at the same time. How the fuck are we gonna do that? Special effects up the ass. No, now they're just gonna be like, hey, Boba's out there doing that way the hell over there, and we're over here doing
the live action Bad Batch. It's just
that would be badass.
It's like,
oh my God.
No.
Well,
It's basically
I thought it was live action, but no, it's an animated one. But no, they can't kill Grogu. They can't. There's too much attached to him. If they kill Grogu, everyone's going right.
Reese has a solution to that.
Let me see. What is he saying here?
Grogu's
hand chopped off. Take it or leave it. Yes, I'll take it. Hand chopped off.
Well, there's got to be a reason why he's not around. You know, come the sequel trilogy. You know,
hand chopped off. Take it or leave it.
It's fire.
Yeah, I say his hand gets chopped off. It wouldn't take much. Just like, oh,
yeah.
But,
right. Oh, sorry, slipped there for a second.
Oh, they hit you. Oh, God, I got your arm.
Did it with a dark saber. He's like, hey, here, remember one of these? Oh, oops, my bad.
It'd be like this.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
Your arm is laying on the ground.
Makes you all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Nick, what you will like to be called if you become a Sith Lord? Fuck, I don't know.
Darth Nicotina.
Darth Nicotina. Not Darth Tina. That sounds like a girl.
Hi guys, I'm Darth Tina.
And there's so many, especially on YouTube. There's so many Darths out there. It's like ridiculous. You know, Enosh, he has a mod, Darth Tasty.
I changed it to Don Tasty or something today.
Did he really?
They were going on about Don.
Why would we change it? That was so iconic. Grogu gets eaten. That would be something right there. And he says there's too much money invested in Grogu. Yeah, there is. I mean, look, I got a damn toy right behind me. So if you see, I bought the toy, so that means that if Grogu dies, then I'd be
No!
Like this thing is useless.
and they'll denounce it too. Like all figures and all collectibles are worth nothing. No,
Oh, I'm glad I got
do
this
that.
Knight of Ren here.
Yeah,
Just random guy with arm cannon.
random guy with arm cannon.
That's what it says, like arm cannon.
I think we see
Yes.
Sebulba return and think,
Right.
no,
Revenge.
well,
You don't mess with a Doug. I'm just saying.
yeah, and especially aggressive Doug like Sebulba.
Dude, he almost messed up freaking Jar Jar.
He did. Darth Tina. Oh fuck! I should have said it now. Actually, but you know what? Like they alluded to a lot of things too in the last episode. So when they actually get to the base and they deliver their on the transport, where it was like that was a straight up video game level right there. When the bad guys kept jumping on with the explosives, and you had to keep fighting them off. I was like, okay, so
Reminded me of Indiana Jones.
yeah, it was kind of like, okay, so they were going to make a game, and they said, oh, hold on, I have an idea. Let's make that into a show this time. Okay, what do you want to do? Same thing as a game that you were going to make, but make it into a show. Oh, you got it. I mean, how many rounds of a bad guy showed up? First, it was like 4 of them. Then there was more of them showing up, and he's like, but we got to meet that lieutenant or colonel, whoever that guy was, like crazy guy. He was like, hey, how's it going? You want a drink? And the thing that he kind of alluded to was that he said he goes, they want order. He was
first order.
He was alluding to the first order,
yeah,
like you know what I mean, like he was totally alluding to that, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of thing that they need more of, because that makes the sequel trilogy that much better. That's how you enrich the sequel trilogy, by having lines like that. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like that. Because eventually we're gonna see this Stormtrooper helmet eventually start showing up. But when, I don't know.
I want to see a progression from. I want to see an in between of those two.
Don't. No,
I really want to see an in between.
That's a bad take, Ryan. Right there. You're not going to see that. You're not, because that's what Ryan says too. He wants to see progression, especially.
Yeah. Look at phase 1. Look at phase 2, and then Empire. You got 3.
He's like, why would they use X-wings 30 years later and not have it evolved from there? Which I get too.
They played it safe. There's no argument. They just played it safe.
Yeah, they're just like, these are the same damn ships. Who cares?
See, that was like one thing about the prequels that were awesome, because you got to see the evolution. It was like the Naboo starfighter was unique because that was what it was. But like the Jedi starfighter, by Revenge of the Sith, they look like X-wing or TIE fighters.
You could tell like which ones matched up to the original trilogy, which was cool. I like that. Different time period.
And we also got to see in the previous episode, we got to see Bill Burr's character use his sharpshooter ability, and he shot the I forget what it was called, and he blew up the transport and blew up the base, and all those stormtroopers died after they were all cheering with them, like, yay, they came to our rescue, they're our heroes. They all died eventually.
Just wait, one dude's gonna get pissed off at the lunch line, man. And you're all gonna die.
He's like, wait, I saved you earlier.
Why did I come to work today?
Put the gun down. Yeah. I haven't got my sandwich yet. Can I just get my sandwich?
I just want a sandwich, dude.
That's right, AK. 15 minutes to go. Can it be midnight already? I know. So, guys, there is the link. I put it in the chat for the Twitch stream. I know you guys did it once already, but do it again. Go ahead and tweet it out. I'm going to do the same thing because I want to make sure we get as many people in here as possible and let them know that, hey, we're going to be showing the Mandalorian. I mean, that's some hot shit right there.
Yes,
that's actually kind of gross because hot shit sucks. We got the Richard in the chat as well. What's up to Richard? Oh, on my StreamYard chat hasn't updated yet, although he's on YouTube. There we go. Popping in before my viewing. I know. I'm excited, Richard. It's going to be a good episode. It really is. Ajoy Sehodo. Anyone got a stream? Yeah. So I posted a link to my Twitch account. So this stream on YouTube is going to end at the top of the hour, and we're going to switch over to Twitch where you can watch the episode and won't get charged with a copyright strike.
Boom. Tweeted.
I'm going to tweet it right now too.
Boom.
Or twitted. However the parlance is for the kids these days. I have no
Twitted.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I gotta do it from the old one because I don't. It sucks because like a lot of the images that I do, like the thumbnails, I do it on my phone. So like I don't have it on my computer necessarily. So I'm like,
Oh, we can tell. No.
Josh from Den of Nerds also did a post right now. Oh God, look at this. Okay, so Josh of Den of Nerds, who's going to be part of the Deck the Hall of Justice program, which is happening this Sunday, December 20th. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, take a look at the schedule. Deck the Hall of Justice, it's going to be a 16-hour streaming event.
Damn.
Where all we're doing is just raising money for AFSP. We want to get to the goal of $50,000 set by Zack Snyder for the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund. I got to get the new schedule lit up. It's the old one. The only difference is that Den of Nerds starts at 7 a.m., not 9 a.m., or not 8 a.m. So they're going to have a 2-hour block, and they're going to be doing their show. And we're also going to have an international panel as well, with a show from the UK, Spain, Argentina, another show from Spain, and Geek House show in the Middle East. We're going to have artists attached to each one of these streams, or if not most of the streams. So during the show, there's going to be a separate window, kind of like Brian over there, but it's going to be focused on the artist who's drawing a picture during the entire panel. And at the end, we'll be able to auction off each and every drawing on a separate website, just to raise up, like I said, just to raise more money. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be very exciting. And it's going to be a lot.
I can't wait. I mean, honestly, dude, I'm really excited to get to see Enosh's.
Yes.
Ray Fisher is going to be so off the chain, man.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. And yeah, guys, set your reminders.
It's such a long time coming. Because seriously, that's how I met you guys. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, dude, this is going to be so great.
So that's going to be at 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. The Point Extra Lounge featuring Ray Fisher. It's going to be a one-on-one interview, and they're going to talk about whatever Ray wants to talk about. That's basically what is happening here. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. Definitely check that out. I cannot wait for Deck the Hall of Justice. I hope. And here's the thing, guys. Look, we knew going into it back on the 17th that if we reach that goal of $50,000, that Zach had a surprise for everybody. Okay, so if we can hit that goal, which I know that we can, we're only about $20,000 away from doing that. He's going to drop something for us again, so it's going to be great. Now, we are going to have a lot of shows, which I showed you earlier, and we're going to have a lot of special guests coming on as well. So Ray Fisher is the biggest guest that we announced. That'll be at the 1:00 show. We're going to have artists attached to each one. The 4 Nerd Show, which starts at 3:00, right after, coming off the heels of the Point Extra Lounge. Featuring Ray Fisher. We're going to have Victor Koo as our artist attached to our stream, and we're working on guests right now for that show as well. So stay tuned for that, because I got a few things we're working out right now. But even Dave Pena has a special guest that he's working on as well. It's going to be really cool stuff, you guys. You're not going to want to miss this. And let me see if I can pull this up really quick. Let's see.
I'm glad I took the day off that day. I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm going to get up at 5 in the morning, I think. It starts over here.
Does it really?
No.
It starts at 9 a.m. I want to say. No, 7.
On the West Coast?
Oh, it starts at 4 a.m. over here.
Dead of Nerds will be on at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was going to start later, but then we just ended up just making it earlier and earlier because we just kept adding shows.
It makes sense. So you got to get it in,
So here's Josh from Den of Nerds. He's going to be a part of that program. He's going to kick things off. He says, "I'm nervous, the Mandalorian." Look at that. Oh, God.
Jeez.
See what I tell you? He's in carbonite.
No. That's carbonite, huh?
He's going in carbonite.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's not good.
So let's see if I can find this. Can you guys still see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a video right.
And yes.
Can you guys hear that at all?
Yeah. I hear that.
Okay. So this is a video that Josh put out today. This is for Deck the Hall of Justice. I just want to play this before we get started. And let's take a look. Let me get rid of Barcy's comment. It's right up in the way. There we go. Okay. So guys, take a look at this video put together by Josh from Den of Nerds. He's going to lead things off at 7 a.m. on Sunday. So let's take a look.
Hello, Internet. I'm Josh from the Den of Nerds, and yes,
You are.
2020 has sucked. That's why I'm calling on nerds from all different fandoms to come together to help support a good cause at the end of this year.
Never fought us. Got us united.
Suicide awareness and prevention is more important in this moment than it has been in a long, long time. That's why I'm happy to have teamed up with many great content creators and do a full day of streaming, an event we're calling Deck the Hall of Justice. As many of you know, the Snyder Cut movement and Zack Snyder himself have put the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention at the forefront of their movement. They've raised a ton of money for this organization and done a lot of great work. December 20th, all of these different content creators will be streaming and raising money to give to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And I will be kicking the whole thing off at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Paul from the Heavy Spoilers channel. And we are going to be giving away the juiciest secrets and spoilers from behind the scenes for all of the coming crazy DC movies, Star Wars movies and shows, and Marvel projects. If you're like us and you just can't help but want to know everything that is going on behind the scenes for all these juicy, nerdy things, come on by, get your question answered by supporting a good cause. We, of course, welcome you to check out all of the other streams throughout the day and give what you can. Every little bit helps. I think it's going to be a big day, and we are super pumped to be a part of it.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, I might have to watch that. That's honestly, if it wasn't for Den of Nerds, like I wouldn't have found Max and I wouldn't have found anything. So I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for Den of Nerds. Yeah, it was a whole Gray Order thing.
Yeah,
that was part of it. Yeah.
Fire! Look at, I made it bigger. I hype. Although for this thing, I'm actually gonna make it smaller because the minimal is better for a stream. See, 8 minutes ago. So guys, yeah, definitely check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of special surprises and guests, and it's gonna be pretty crazy. And if, like I said, if we beat, but if we pass that goal, then I think that Zach's got something, up his sleeve, and he's got a surprise for us. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So definitely check it out. Okay, guys, we're almost at the top of the hour. We know that the Empire, I guess we can call them the Empire at this point, they have Grogu. You saw Grogu using his Force abilities to like jack up a bunch of stormtroopers. Now, do you think that was Moff Gideon trying to hint at like he wants Grogu to use the Darksaber? Or was he just showing it to him like, I'll slice you?
I think he was just kind of showing it to him like, you don't mess with me kind of thing. More of a threat as opposed to making him to where he'd use it. I think they want him as more or less an experiment.
And real quick, AK, there's the schedule. It starts at 7 a.m., not 9 a.m. I have to pull the new one up. I have the new one on my phone somewhere. So Den of Nerds at 7 a.m. This is all on December 20th, followed by Multiversity, followed by Women of Watchtower, World's Finest, Point Extra Lounge, 4 Nerds, Heyo, League of Mayhem, Real in Motion, Comic Book Debate, Dave, the Film Junkie, and Chris Wong, and the last show of the night, which is the Lightcast podcast featuring Taylor Murphy and other special guests. So there's another show that are lining up guests for that event. It's going to be interesting to see who they get as well, because they're working diligently to get a special guest. And I think I know what's going to be. It's going to be Grogu.
It's going to be so awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Okay, so like I said, the Empire still has him. Will he be wielding a Darksaber? Who knows? I don't think we'll see her again. I think we're done with her until we see the Ahsoka series. I think that episode was just to establish that she's just to establish her character, kind of reassert her. But I don't think we're going to see her again. I don't.
Yeah, she's still standing. She's still strong, and that's about as much as we're going to get out of Ahsoka in this series.
I think we got a big enough chance of seeing Darkseid in this last episode as we do seeing Ahsoka. So that's just my take. I could be dead wrong, and hopefully I am. But that's just how I
think
feel
it's much Darkseid showed up.
All of us just show me mine. Like, whoa, what's going on here? Hail
Crossover of
Grogu.
the century.
Russ Internationals that's on Eastern time as well. I got to get the new one up because the new one it says Eastern time. It denotes that, so it makes it easier to kind of read. I just haven't loaded it yet because I'm lazy. I just haven't got around to it. But so guys, real quick, this has been so much fun doing this watch party. I've had such a good time doing it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it's been awesome. So Matt, what I was telling Brian was that what I'm going to do is every Thursday night I'm going to continue on with this tradition, and we're just going to do a different watch party every Thursday. Now there's going to be some Thursdays I'm going to pass on if I'm doing something inside the house, but but for the most part I'm going to be trying to doing it every Thursday night, and it'll be a different movie. I'm probably going to do movies because it's easier to do that, and so we're talking about possibly doing a Star Wars.
If we did the prequels, that'd be kind of fun.
The prequels would be cool. The other trilogy that I was thinking about doing was Back to the Future.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, just kind of change it up a little bit. But yeah, Rasha, it's all on Eastern Standard Time that we're doing this on. Looks like everyone's switching over to Twitch, which is awesome. And
15 people over there, man.
Yeah, 15 people over there. That's awesome. I don't know where you're. I'm like looking at my Twitch page right now, and I have no idea where to find that.
Should be.
I just have your Twitch stream up.
If you highlight over it, it should tell you how many. It should tell me on the bottom left. How many
yeah, watching now, 15 viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I'm proficient. I'm very proficient with this Twitch thing. Yay! Snyder is also returning to resurrecting BVS in IMAX ratio. Yes, he is. We also said that if it does come out in IMAX, especially the one in Sacramento, I think Brian and I are going to try to get together and watch that movie. Probably get together with some other YouTubers or other fans as well from YouTube.
Yeah, if you're on the West Coast, just come on down. It's not that far.
There's a bunch of us that are on the. In fact, I know Fear Jason. He lives in Sassoon City. Oh, sorry to call you out there. So
His
that's right
address
outside of
is-
Sacramento. We're narrowing it down now.
Well, not only that, but Sacramento's centrally located. I mean, it's a couple hours away from damn near everywhere in the state.
Yeah.
You know, except for Southern California. But other than that, I mean,
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if I ask Dave, the film junkie, to come see it with me, he'll be like, "Yeah, kiss my ass." Jump all the way up there. And Varsity, I know you're in Sacramento as well. Like, I outed you again. God, I'm really bad at this. Anyway, so yeah, we'll let everybody know who's ever interested in joining.
it's all right. I went to high school in Sacramento, man. I love it down there. It was great. I moved away in 2003, but I've always lived within an hour of there.
I wanted the movie in 1:8, 9:1 ratio, not with the black bars. Well, look, I think that's still when you watch that movie in IMAX, you're gonna see. I mean, you saw in the image that Zach posted on Vero how much more image you get up and down and even left to right. I mean, you're taking the same image that you got in that 16:9 frame, and you're basically just like backing it up, and you're getting everything that was in the frame. So you're not losing anything.
And just imagine the Kylo scene playing. He's like, more, and as they're like getting further and further back.
I was like my dad complaining about Letterboxd back in the day. It's like,
Oh man,
they cut half the screen out.
But you know what, Letterboxd in like a 4:3, that was rough. I mean, now you're getting like a little and a little.
Tube TV, or just like. And we always had a small ass TV, so I understand that part.
Yeah, and we know Zach's always been a fan of IMAX, so the IMAX is generally closer to like a 4:3 format, so that's how he likes it. So, it must be so weird to live on so much land. Must be so weird to live on so much land. I guess I don't know. I don't really think about it that much. I just sort of like walk and drive on it.
Let's kick some ice.
Okay, here we go, guys. We are about a minute away. Guys, everyone who's still here right now, who's watching, there's 24 viewers watching us right now, you guys. Please jump over to the Twitch stream. I'm posting the link right now in the chat. There it is right there. Jump over. I'll give you guys another 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to start the stream on Twitch. And I'm going to end, because right now I'm going to end the stream here on YouTube so that we can continue on Twitch. And going forward with the episode and probably a reaction afterwards, because we're all going to be like, ah! I thought about doing another reaction show afterwards, but I don't know. Then I have to set up a new stream, and you know that's exhausting. So 1 minute to go. Okay, guys. So thanks to everyone who's watching. If you can't follow along on Twitch, definitely watch the replay or leave your comments in the comment section below. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is it, guys. Real quick, is Grogu going to die?
No,
He's
he's not gonna die.
Is Boba gonna die?
nah. I'm just throwing fuel on the fire.
I think if anything, Gideon's gonna die. That's my death. That's the death I'm gonna go with. Gideon, he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, we will leave you with words of wisdom from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What killed the dinosaurs? the Ice Age!